And here, Colton Thompson of the PikeView Panthers. Obviously, Colton, Shady Spring offers a lot of different challenges. Tonight, they went to the hole in the first quarter and scored. The second quarter, they moved it outside, or hitting threes, and all the time they play that defense. What was the most challenging aspect you think tonight? What did they do that hurt you the most?
Their defense is, that calling card. We were able to find a few baskets against that defense, but it's just it's a tough nut to crack and do it consistently.
Does it make it tough that they can hit shots? Anybody can play defense, but to have guys that can shoot at the level they can must make it especially.
Yeah, absolutely. Because like you said, a lot of times it's 3 points on the other end instead of 2. Sometimes you turn it over against Bluefield and they cost you a layup on the other end, and with these guys, a lot of times they cost you a 3. And I think that happened 3 or 4 times in the first quarter, and that really builds a gap that makes it hard to overcome.
When you game plan for them, what do you try to attack and what do you try to take away?
Try to make them play defense, extend possessions, and get shots we can live with. Make them have to work a little bit, and then try to slow them down and not let them run and gun the way that they're capable of. They're a team, if they get volume shots, they're going to put triple digits on the scoreboard.
In the third quarter especially, that's when they kind of turned it up, and I think you had 2 points. I think you had some shots that you could live with there. In that quarter, they just didn't fall, and when shots aren't falling against this team.
Yeah, I think just the wear and tear of going against that defense that whole first half set in a little bit in the third quarter. They were able to play deeper in that first half than we were, and steal some minutes with some guys that gave them good production when they were in there, and it just made it hard for us to come back out and meet their energy level to start that third.
Is that what you're going through now, trying to get guys ready to play at this level? I know you're playing some guys that have some experience, but there's a lot of younger guys on the squad.
Yeah, Dylan Blake's our only returning starter, and most of the other guys were just spot minutes the last couple of years. So 8 games into the season, they're really just now kind of adjusting to the speed and tempo of varsity basketball, and then Shady's varsity basketball certainly unlike a lot of others you'll see.
What do you, when you come into a game here at Shady, knowing that you're probably a prohibitive underdog, what are you trying to get out of this game? Did you get what you needed out of it, or did you not?
We're fighting possession by possession. You're going to get in the hole and try to make a run here and there and limit possessions and cut the deficit. But it's just, a good chance to work on some things that it's hard to simulate in practice. Even if you're in a hole late in the third, it's still playing against Shady in a game is unlike anything you can simulate in practice. So you really get some of that higher level power, top 3-4 team in the state level energy to go against and try to see if you can solve that defense.
Where do you think your team's at right now? Shady Spring aside, where do you think that your team's at? And obviously you're going to probably have to see them again, possibly see them again. In the postseason, regular season, do you have another matchup with them, or?
Yeah, they come to Air Place later in February.
So you got those. Shady aside, where are you at right now with the program, you think?
We're still, like I said, we've had a lot of growth since the beginning of the season. We played a really tough schedule. We've been in some games that went south. The first Greenbrier East game was real close, tied at the third quarter, and then ran out of steam in the fourth. So we're just trying to make those mistakes fewer and further in between, kind of like you do with a lot of young teams. And we've got another month and a half to get ready for that postseason push, and I think we're chipping away there. We're definitely in a better place now than we were 2 weeks ago, and 2 weeks ago we were in a better place than we were at the start of the season.
Have you been able to largely avoid the long layoffs due to the virus, and it looks like we're going to get some bad weather this weekend, but have you been able to avoid that for the most part?
Unfortunately, no. It's just bad luck of weather, and then we had some virus issues early on too.
You missed some games at the Armory, right?
Yeah. Those were weather related. We start to get a little bit of momentum, and then it feels like we're off for 7 or 8 days, and it's really hard to keep that energy up, and we're tired of practicing. This is the first of 3 in a row, so we get to Hoover at home tomorrow night and then go to West Side on Saturday, so we're just excited to play.
I got you. Okay, Coach, I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And we'll talk to you soon.
Sure. Thanks.